Olivia. Hope you're keeping well as this chaos continues. I'm here today for a bit of a mixed bag of a video, really. This initially was going to start off as a book haul. You know, got to keep myself happy some kind of ways during quarantine, but it's morphed into more I've had a lot of bookish packages, some books and some bookish goodies that I'd like to unbox with you here today, and that's what we're going to go for, really. So I have 3 packages from Amazon. We have a small one that looks like this, and then I have 2 big boxes. And I think I know what most of those are, but I'm not sure. And I've also had another 3 packages come this morning with some general bookish goodies that I'd like to share with you. Is that okay? Is that okay? Right, shall we start with the additional bookish packages I got this morning, shall we? So here we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3 big packages. I'm going to start with this one because I know who this is from, and bless her heart. I follow an independent artist illustrator, just awesome young lady on Instagram called Gemma, who comes under, let me make sure I get this right, Dorkface Creates. I will link her account down below. And obviously she's married, she has a young baby who, you know, she posts all about it. It's brilliant baby spam. But she obviously is struggling at the moment because people aren't really prioritising things like that. And I kind of saw some stuff on her store and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go for it, fuck it. And then she messaged me going, oh my God, you have no idea how important it was. And I was like, I just want to help, babe. And she was like, I'm going to get everything in my package out to you so far. I don't know if you can see what she's written on there. Thank you so. Gemma, we love you. Please go and look her up. I will link her down below. But I know, so I kind of remember what I ordered. But let's have a look together. I know there's lots of, literally, look at all the stuff. we love our Gemma, and we love her and just everything she does. Oh my God, she sent me extra stuff. I need to just take all of this out. Let me take all of this out and make sure we've got everything out. Literally, look at this whole pile of stuff. She has sent me extra stuff. I didn't order some of this. Bless her heart. So, let me just get everything facing out so I can see what we've got. Bless her. The first things I'll show you, I didn't order these. She put these extra. Gemma, you are naughty. A beautiful notebook, which that is her own design. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it, love it, love it. We have some stickers. This bit of a throwback. Tamagotchi sticker. Look how precious that is. Oh my God. So damn precious. We have this amazing sticker, which you will see again in a minute. I'll explain why. A fighter. And so appropriate at the moment. Let's take care of each other. It's so bloody true, isn't it? I do love a good sticker, and Gemma knows I love a good sticker as well. So Gemma, they are extra. You are naughty. Thank you very much. What I actually did order, because I'm a bit of a stationery freak, are these beautiful I ordered 3 lots of these. These are beautiful to-do list pads that she's designed, particularly as it now seems that here in the UK we've just found out we're going to have another 3 weeks of lockdown. Your girl needs to get herself more organised with the work in lockdown. I go back to, technically at the moment I'm on Easter holidays, if we can count being on lockdown on holiday. So I'm starting back to work from home from Monday, and I want to get myself organised. That's why I've organised these, so I'm so pleased they have come. We've also got, she does these amazing kind of different sets of stickers, and again this is kind of like for my diary and journaling. So we have ones that are about reading and writing. Let me see if I can get you a couple of these out and show you. So we have little ones to remind you when you need to write things, and we have little ones to remind you to read, which I always need. I never need a reminder to read, but you know, 10 times. They are so precious and so gorgeous. And then she did a bookish collection, which include all kinds of things like faves and books are my besties. Stan. Books are my besties. And there's like what else have we got in here? It's all little hearts and things, and we've got a little to be read, and I just love her and her creative design. So there's some of the things I ordered. The main reason I want to know and order is that she creates these absolutely stunning pin badges. She designs them all herself, and I'm a little bit obsessed, if you've seen my Instagram recently, with pin badges. Oh my God, they're gorgeous. Right. That sticker that I showed you, that fighter sticker, she's also originally done it as a pin badge, which I adore, and I missed it the first time it was on her shop. Love that. She has also done this one, which she calls her river badge. Yeah, her river badge. her little boy's actually called River, so I just thought that was beyond precious. No, absolutely beyond precious. And recently as well, she has done 3 Disney-inspired badges, which I was like, I can't choose between them, so I'm going to have all 3. So we have got Mr. Pascal, who I believe is from Tangled. I've never seen Tangled, don't judge. But it looks the cuteness. We have Tangled. We have a Little Mermaid-inspired pin. Gorgeous. And then anyone who knows me knows how much I love the film Up. Look at it. Look at the grape soda. Look at the grape soda badge. Love all of those. Please go and show Gemma some love. She is amazing. She's so creative. She has new products going up all the time. Please check her out. I will link all of her stuff down below. We love you, Gemma. Next up, I know exactly who this is from. Book Besties UK, who I will also link down below. I've also got an unhealthy obsession. Pin badges and book sleeve, and I blame Book Besties UK for this because they are always coming up with such unique designs. So you know what a traditional book sleeve looks like, okay? What she has started doing, and I love these, so traditional book sleeves, but she's also started doing hardback jackets for books. So I ordered 2. I ordered a traditional book sleeve, which is this. Look how pretty this is. It's all the Disney princess shoes. It's all the Disney princess shoes. Oh, if I see whose shoes can you spot? Look at it. So pretty. So that's like your traditional book sleeve, where it's that kind of entry. This is paperback size. She does paperback size, hardback size. The hardback jackets, which I'll show you in a minute. And I think she started to do some for Kindle. She's over on Etsy. She's an amazing shop. So I got that one, which like, oh my God. And I couldn't resist this one as a hardback jacket because I can't wait for when I'm like going back to work and I'm on the train going back to work and I have a book that has this on the cover. Gaston, how can you read this? Of course I can damn well read it. So instead of the kind of slip at the top there, if I show you, you unhook the button there, it opens out and you take off the just jacket from your book and it goes in there like that. How cool is that? I also got one. What were the other ones I got? I got a Pride and Prejudice one and a Night Circus one and a Severus Snape. Turn to page 394. Mildly obsessed with Book Besties UK. Always good quality, always personalised and handmade. She does custom orders as well. I will link her down below. Really can't wait to get a hardback going so I can do that. That's what Chain of Gold might be going in when I start it. So that's Book Besties UK. We put that over there. This was the surprise parcel because I wasn't expecting this. I'm going to cover it up. One of these book subscription boxes I still have is with Box Club. I will link their website down below. And they do every month a purely books subscription where it does what it says on the tin. Instead of getting all the kind of the gifts and the bookish merch, you just get the book. And this is going to be the April book. This is the first one that I've got this month. I am also expecting Owl Crate and Illuma Crate, so you might see those later in the month. Ooh. Oh, Book Box Club! 2 books! I am excited. Right, I'm not going to look at that. You always get an envelope like this every month. It's an invite to essentially the author kind of talk clubhouse that usually happens a month or a couple of months after. So you get this personalised with your name on as well. And your books are always wrapped as such. Really pretty paper, all shiny and silver. I can't even tell you what the April theme was. I can't even tell you. So, shall we just dive in and see what we've got? I am so excited for this right now because I wasn't expecting this to turn up today, so I'm like, oh! But 2 books for the April kind of mission. Ooh, I don't know that cover. Ooh, okay. Oh, I'm excited. Okay. And are they both? Oh my God, I'm really excited about these. So good. Okay, 2 books from Book Box Club this month. This is the April books. 2 books. I have got 7 Endless Forests by April Genevieve Tucholke. She did the Boneless Mercies last year before. And this is her new one. Is this I think it's King Arthur inspired. yeah, I've been really fascinated by it. I'm sure I have an arc of this. Adventure, vengeance, sisterhood. In a world devastated by plague, Torvi and her sister Morgan can only rely on each other. So when Morgan is captured by a pack of terrifying wolf priests, Torvi knows she'll do whatever it takes to get her back or die trying. Torvi will face dark magic and danger on her quest to save her sister. She'll encounter sea witches, magical night markets, and a mythical sword with untold powers. And she might just discover a life of adventure and wild freedom that's more glorious than she ever dreamed of. Rich, thrilling fantasy inspired by Arthurian legend from the author of the critically acclaimed The Boneless Mercies. Really excited about that. Oh, I love it when you can't guess the book, because I'm like, oh, I have no idea what it is. And the second one, which also I'm really fascinated by, is Thorn by Intisa Kanani. I'm sure I had this on pre-order from the bookshop and they had to cancel it because they didn't get the supply because coronavirus. I love this. This is blurred by S.A. Chakraborty, he's the city, like the writer of the City of Brass trilogy. Fascinating. So for Thorn, between her cruel family and the contempt she faces at court, Princess Alira has always longed to escape the confines of her royal life. Her despair only grows when she learns she's been betrothed to the powerful Prince Kestrin, a stranger from another kingdom. So when a mysterious and terrifying sorceress robs Alira of her identity and her role as a princess, she seizes the opportunity to start a new life for herself as a goose girl. But she soon finds that Kestrin and his people are not what she expected. With the fate of the kingdom at stake, Alira must choose between two impossible futures and decide what she stands for. Yes, Book Box Club coming in with all the fantasy and girl power. I love that. I hadn't even guessed. I'm guessing there's something about sisterhood and girl power. But I love Book Box Club. They always do fabulous things. Please hit them up down below. I think I can say now, it's safe a month on to say, that their March book was Hold Back the Tide by Melinda Salisbury. Phenomenal book. I had not thought about picking that up. Read it and I was obsessed. Check that one out as well. And we're still going, oh my god. Let's get into the Amazon parcels. Parcel 1. Let's get into, I think I know what is in this separate parcel, but I might be wrong. It is one book, is it? Yes. So my first thing that I ordered from Amazon, The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I have heard so much about this on BookTube recently. You have no idea. Bookables has been talking about it. Lala's been talking about it. I think it's actually one of Lala's book picks for the Literally Dead Book Club. And I was just like, why is this everywhere? I need to read it. And it has been pitched to me as being very much like Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, which, if you haven't read it, is absolutely phenomenal. It is like next level genius. And there was also quite a number of years ago there was a BBC adaptation with it, of it with Adrian Turner with Poldark in it, and it was brilliant, and I kind of remember using that when I was teaching about the conventions of murder mystery. And I've been told this has very reminiscent to that War on an Island. I think there's been a wedding and then a murder happens and then it's like you see it from all their different points of view. I will link down below Heather from Bookables. She did a 3 thriller mashup review and included this, and her face was an absolute picture. I absolutely loved it and I'm desperate to read this. If I read you the dust jacket on the back, each has a secret, each has a motive. Off the windswept Irish coast, guests gather for the wedding of the year. Old friends, past grudges, happy families, hidden jealousies. 13 guests or one body. One guest won't leave this wedding alive. Oh, that's so good. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for that. So, oh my God, this is what I like, you see. I'm excited to read these books. Next box. I'm excited for these books. I can't wait to read these books. I didn't get half of what I ordered. Okay. I recognise some stuff in here. A slight change from the bookish content. I ordered myself Disney's Robin Hood on DVD. This is one of my favourite Disney films. It's not my most favourite, but it's one of my favourite Disney films, and to me it's the most underrated Disney film there ever was. If you've never seen it and you have like Disney Plus, it's on there. Please go and watch it. If not, just get yourself a copy and enjoy it. It's amazing. It's wonderful. And I didn't own a copy, so now I do. I'm going to watch that later. Oh my God, god, there's loads of stuff in here. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Actually, speaking of DVDs, before I go on and do something else, I also ordered the Marvel Studios Cinematic Universe Phase 3 Part 2. So with this one, if I remember rightly, I have got, they've done sets like this, if I show you, for all of, they've repackaged essentially all of the Marvel films into this box set, and I have everything, I have all, so there was phase 1, part 1 and 2, part 1, there was phase 1, there was phase 2, part 1 and 2, and then there's phase 3, part 1 and 2. I had everything apart from this one, and this is Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, and Spider-Man Far From Home. So I think if this lockdown continues much longer, my ever-growing kind of challenge and or want to watch all of the Marvel films from the start to the current day. Now I've got this. I'm very excited. Disney and Marvel. I'm sold. I'll be absolutely fine. Let's talk books. So let's just start off with, I picked this one up, which I think, Elizabeth Lim, who did Spin the Dawn last year. It was really good. From the Disney Twisted Tale series. So this is Love. What if Cinderella never tried on the glass slipper? Now, I've picked a few of these up recently. I think there's one I picked up which was, sorry. To move you back, which was, I think it was to do with Frozen. It was like, what if Anna and Elsa never met? And I don't know if that's one's out yet, but it's Peter Pan. What if Wendy went to Neverland with Captain Hook? And I love these. They're really easy reads. You know, they're like, that's the kind of size font you're looking at on a page. I do love my Disney. I'm 35 years old and I'm a massive Disney geek. You want to tell me I'm wrong, then I don't need that kind of negativity in my life right now. Or at all. So I'm very much looking forward to that one. I picked up this next one because again it's another one I'd seen around a lot. The Bookish Life of Nina Hill. I'm thinking this is going to feed my romance kick that I seem to be on at the moment. Meet Nina Hill, a young woman supremely confident in her own shell, and it's kind of her coming out of herself and kind of meeting a guy and he's really, really cute and stuff like that. I also have, and I can't say why I saw this. Why aren't you sitting straight, camera dear? That's better. I saw this in an unboxing on someone's channel like a couple of days ago, but because it was an unboxing for an April box, I don't want to say who and I don't want to say what. If you have seen it, you'll know exactly what I mean. But I saw this, it's not a book I'd heard of. This person unboxed it and was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And that is Weave the Lightning by, I think that's Corey L. Lee. And essentially this seems to be, from what I can gather from the blurb, the night circus set in Soviet Russia. I'm so excited. Empire, Revolution and Magic. Gerrit is the son of Borshankia's, oh my god, Supreme General. Despite his powerful storm affinity and the state's best training, he cannot control his magic. To escape the brutal consequences, he flees. Selka is a travelling circus performer, hiding both her link to the underground and her storm affinity from prying eyes of the secret police. But Gerrit's arrival threatens to expose expose everything. Her magic, her family, and the people they protect. The storms have returned and everything will change. Doesn't that sound freaking amazing? I am desperate to pick this up. I'm so glad this has come before the weekend. I am so excited. You have no idea. Other two. I'll just throw that box out of the way. Sci-fi, I think I class these as sci-fi fantasy. And again, things I've seen on other people's channels, like, that sounds interesting. Sam over at Thoughts and Tomes speaks highly of The Unspoken Name by A.K. Larkwood. I'll read you the plot. Again, the synopsis intrigued me. What if you knew how and when you would die? Sorway was raised by a death cult steeped in old magic. So on her 14th birthday, she must climb the mountain and enter the Shrine of the Unspoken. There she will gain their most honoured title, Sacrifice. Yet even as she waits for the end, a powerful mage offers her a new fate. Yes, I remember this now. She could leave with him and live, turn away from her destiny and her god to become a thief, a spy and an assassin, the sorcerer's loyal sword. Together they could topple an empire and help him reclaim his seat of power. And as all this involves her not dying that day, she accepts. Sorway will soon learn that gods remember. She may spend years living on a knife edge, helping to change the fortunes of whole worlds. She might gain skills, grow in power and make almost friends. But if you live long enough, all debts become due. And lastly in this box, before we get on to the final box, The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. Firstly, look at that. That is a trippy cover. And I have to show you on the back. Look at that. N.K. Jemisin is someone I have not read from before. I have her books. I'm really interested to read from her, and just right now I haven't picked it up. This is her newest one. And the idea of it, I can't remember the full plot, but the idea is that kind of cities have souls. Cities are kind of a thing and a person almost. And the idea that New York has a soul, I seem to remember. Neil Gaiman, the god Neil Gaiman has blurred this. It is a glorious fantasy set in the most imaginary of cities, New York. It's inclusive in all the best ways and manages to contain both Borges and Lovecraft in its fabric, but the unique voice and viewpoint are Jemisin's alone. It just sounds absolutely astonishing. Whereas in Manhattan, a grad student gets off the train and realises he doesn't remember who he is, where he's from, and even his own name. But he can sense the beating heart of the city, see its history and feel its power. In the Bronx, a gallery director discovers strange graffiti scattered throughout the city. So beautiful and powerful, it's as if the painting is calling to her. In Brooklyn, a politician and mother finds she can hear the songs of her city, pulsing to the beat of her Louboutin heels. And they're not the only ones. Every great city has a soul. Some are ancient as myths and others are as new as and destructive as children. New York City, she's got 6. Yes, to New York City we stand, we love. Don't all these books just sound absolute captivating? Have you not noticed also there's a theme of kind of being in different worlds? I don't know if that's why that is right now. Oh! Blast box! I've got so much tidying up to do when I filmed. Oh my god. Right, last box. I think this is all books. Oh! Lots of packaging. Lots and lots of packaging. Oh my god, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Let's start off. Frozen Beauty. Next box. Frozen Beauty by Lexa Hillier. I believe I pronounced that right. I know this is the idea, there's 3 sisters. I think one of the sisters passes away, and then whether she should have passed away or not, and there's a boy. So I'm very, very intrigued by this one. There's kind of a before and now. Frozen Beauty is a story of the intoxicating power of first love, the deep bonds of sisterhood, and a shocking death that will forever change the living. I don't want to know more than that about that one. I like some intrigue in some of my books. Another one which I might not read straight away, it is a kind of sensitive time of year for me, which you'll probably see in upcoming videos, but If These Wings Could Fly by Kyrie Macaulay. Firstly, look at that cover. Isn't that absolutely stunning? Stunning. Let's have a look. I think it's this book. I don't remember. Let's look at the blurb. Tens of thousands of crows invading Auburn, Pennsylvania is a problem for everyone in town except 17-year-old Leighton Barnes. Residents complain about the nuisance, the strangeness of the birds, but for Leighton, it's no stranger than her house, which inexplicably repairs itself every time her father loses his temper and breaks things. No stranger than growing up in a town full of people who look the other way. It's not this book. I was thinking about another book. Leighton doesn't have time for the crows or for her classmate Liam, even if he is funny, kind, and entirely too charming. It's her senior year and acceptance to her dream college is finally within reach, but grabbing the lifeline means abandoning her sisters, which is a choice she's not ready to face. With her father's rage worsening and the town in chaos over the crows, Leighton allows herself a chance at happiness with Liam, even though falling in love feels like a revolutionary act. Balancing school, dating and survival under the shadow of 60,000 feathered wings starts to feel almost comfortable, but Leighton knows that this fragile equilibrium can only last so long before it shatters. In this searing and magnificent debut, Kyrie Macaulay uncages a beautiful and powerful story about the haunting spectre of domestic violence and the rebellious force of sisterhood and first love. It's not the book I thought it was, I take that back. Doesn't that sound beautiful? Doesn't that sound amazing? We're really, really here for that at the moment. I'm trying to do some more digging to get some stuff out. This is a bit of a random one that I picked up, but it sounds really good. I'm in for randomness in quarantine at the moment. Spell Hacker by MK England. Firstly, we stand the shiny cover. Remind me what this is about. Oh yes, that's it. The idea that in this world magic was once a freely available resource until an earthquake released a plague, killing thousands and turning magic into a commodity that's tightly regulated and outrageously expensive. Mass Management, the only magic supplier in Kirakata, makes sure of that, which is why Diz and her three best friends run a very lucrative, very illegal magic siphoning gig on the side. Their latest job is supposed to be their last heist ever until they turn up a new strain of magic more powerful than they've ever seen before and way more valuable. But when their plan for one last score blows up in their faces, literally, they find themselves trying to unravel a conspiracy at the very centre of the spell plague and possibly save the world. No pressure. So that sounds fun. I like that idea of the heist and the friends and the kind of friend dynamic in that one sounds really, really good. Let me take some of these out so I can see, getting to the bottom of this. Right, I'm just going to move the box out the way. You cannot, if you could only see the mess that is here. One that I don't want to know about, but I'm picking up, and this is a recommendation from Hayley in Bookland. I think she did a book on like underrated books or underappreciated books that you really need to read, and I'd never heard of this one. Interested me. Prisoner of Night and Fog by Anne Blankman. All I'm going to say to you is on the top it says, before he was Hitler, he was Gretchen's Uncle Dolph. So it's World War II, it's historical fiction. Like I said, with having reading the Infernal Devices at the moment, I'm very much in that historical fiction mood, so that's going to be happening soon. I've also got, again, you know how much I like Pride and Prejudice, is one of my favourite classics. Pride, Prejudice and Other Flavours by Sonali Dev. Again, a complete mix-up on them Pride and Prejudice stories. So this is going to be really fun to read. I know this author has got another one coming out. I think it's in May, which is Recipe for Persuasion. So it's another Jane Austen book with a bit of a spin. So if I like this, then I'll definitely be pre-ordering that one. Pride, Prejudice and Other Flavours. Looking forward to it. Next one, again another one, this is Chelsea Palmer I blame this on. E. Latimer's Witches of Ash and Ruin. I think this might have been a March subscription box as well. I don't know. Possibly. This is like, this sounds so good. Okay, we'll go through the synopsis and you'll understand why it kind of really grabs my attention. 17-year-old Dana Walsh is struggling to cope with her somatic OCD, the aftermath of being outed as bisexual in her conservative Irish town, and the return of her long-absent mother who barely seems like a parent. But all that really matters to her is ascending and finally becoming a full witch. Plans that are complicated when another coven, rumoured to have a sordid history with black magic, arrives in town with premonitions of death. Dana immediately finds herself at odds with the bewitchingly frustrating Minor King, the granddaughter of their coven leader. And then a witch turns up murdered at a local sacred site, along with the blood symbol of the Butcher of Manchester, an infamous serial killer whose trail has long gone cold. The killer's motives are enmeshed in a complex web of witches and gods, and Dana and Minor soon find themselves at the centre of it all. They don't stop the Butcher, one of them will be next. It's witches, it's drama, it's what sounds like LGBTQ, possible female-female romance. And I just, the concept is, firstly, that cover. How striking is that cover? I'm wearing orange today. How striking is that cover? My God, fascinated. And the last book of this very long bookish haul, Chelsea Darling agrees is going to kill me, is The Switch by Beth O'Leary. So last year, and amongst many booktubers, Beth O'Leary's first book, The Flat Share, was an absolute smash hit. 4-5-star read by everybody, and everyone kind of just loved that book so much. This is her follow-up. So whereas the first book, The Flat Share, was about two people, one who's female who's just got out of a very kind of essentially abusive relationship, gets a flat share, so they live in the same flat with a guy who needs some extra money. So she works 9 to 5. So she works 9 to 5 while the guy is in the flat all day, and then he works nights. So she then has the flat in the evening until the morning because he works nights. And essentially they start communicating over post-its, and it's precious and it's wonderful. And if you haven't read it, you should read it. The Switch does not sound anything like The Flat Share whatsoever, and I think that's why I'm intrigued by it. Let me have a look. Where is it? I know it's about essentially two people switching lives, I think. Lena is too young to feel stuck. Eileen is too old to start over. It's time for the switch. So it's this idea you've got kind of two people next door neighbours who essentially are going to kind of trade lives, and it's never too late to start over. I'm here for that. This is definitely going to be a fun read. This is definitely going to go on my list. I do have a set April TBR at the moment, although from all my recent reads it might not seem it, because I'm struggling to stick to it slightly. But this is definitely high on my list. I love Beth O'Leary's style of writing, and her audiobook. The audiobook for Flat Show was like, mwah, chef's kiss, 5 stars. So if you haven't done so, look this up from Beth O'Leary. Phew! That's everything. There's a lot of stuff in that, wasn't there? I am very blessed. You know, I will openly say I buy these things myself. I don't have any of these sent to me. I buy them myself. So a lot of the books you saw were kind of second-hand or from kind of reduced price bookstores. But I'm just living for all the books during quarantine right now. And, you know, if it keeps me smiling at this dark time in the world, I think it's allowed, don't you? Where the hell do I start with all them books? Where the hell do I...